your business, to increase your mindset, really put you in position to win. So I'm excited. Why don't you guys do me a favor? And, I know sometimes you guys put in the chat where you're calling from, but I want to do something a little different to open up this call. And if you could do me a favor, just drop in the chat right now one thing that you're grateful for. Right. And the reason is because, if we start off this call with gratitude and positive, emotions and feelings and excitement, then that's exactly what we're going to attract. If you understand that the more things that you're grateful for, then the more things that God will give you to be grateful. So let's see how everyone's doing. I see Prince out here, just grateful to be alive. I love that, man. We got Joseph. He's grateful to wake up another day. That's beautiful. Ian is grateful for choices and chances and opportunities. That is beautiful, man. And, it's big, getting into this type of environment, getting access and proximity to these types of people. It's amazing. Ralph is grateful for family, grateful for mentorship, things that, most people don't have. Mentorship is huge. So if you guys are just getting on, go ahead and drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. And as we kick this thing off, right, Jay over here, grateful for so much, man. Can't even put it all into words. But, for me today, I'm grateful to have been asked to speak on this call, because when it comes to opportunity, for me to be able to get on here and share my value, my story a little bit, before I pass it off, it's something that gets me excited. I believe that we all have a story. We all have obstacles in life that we've been through that we can use that experience to help others. And, for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before, we bring up the greats. My name is Michael Shementi. I'm 31 years old, and I got in network marketing back in 2013, and it's been a crazy ride. I literally got in 2013, was in the industry for 2 years and never made a dollar, never signed anyone up. And I literally looked at it like for those 2 years, I was just, paying for personal development. I was paying for, learning business skills. I was just like, that was the way I looked at it. Right. And then I moved down from Jersey to Florida after 2 years of entrepreneurship. And I'll tell you what happened, which is something that I guarantee you a lot of you guys are seeing happening right now to a lot of people, that were in the team, in the organization, in the industry. What happened to me was I had to get a job, right, to get me by, pay the bills. And while I got that job, I had got sucked into hanging out with regular people at a regular job, doing regular things. And I literally spent 2.5 years, almost 3 years after being in network marketing for 2 years. I then got sucked into an average lifestyle for 3 years. And all I did was just work and party and chill and really do nothing until someone came across my desk and they reminded me of my purpose, reminded me of my why. And that's exactly how I wanted to open up today, was maybe to remind you of your why, maybe to remind you why you're here, because so many people recently in the last, year, 2 years have left the industry. And I guarantee you they're going to be gone for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and then wake up and realize, holy cow, they've been wasting their time. They've been wasting their energy. Years have gone by and they're still in the same place. And that is one of the worst things that we can ever go through, is working, yet not moving the needle forward. Right. And that's not what we want. So, just to kind of dig a little bit deeper into my story. Now I've been in network marketing full time since 2017, mid 2017. And in those years, I've been able to go full time in the industry, leave my job, buy a house, buy a car, do all these cool things, right? Which is, was always my dream. It was never millions. It was never mansions. It was really just, to live life on my own terms, not have a boss, have control of my time. And I was able to achieve that. But, along that road over the last 2 years, I've had obstacles. Right. So do me a favor in the chat. If you guys have had obstacles in the last couple of years, type in the word obstacles, right? Type in the word obstacles. Let me see who's rocking with us, who's actually participating and not just on here, right? If you have obstacles, then you understand, how I feel. And I've had obstacles. So just to kind of share something quick about me, in the last few years, I had to deal with immense amounts of mental health issues because of the loss of multiple brothers and my mom. Right. And it's crazy. Over the last 3 years, I lost 2 of my brothers and my mom, all in different times. But every time that I was asked, what was going on, how was I dealing with it, what am I going to do, all this stuff. My mindset was everything happens for a reason. My mindset is now I have, stronger angels guiding me. Now I have a bigger purpose and a bigger reason. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of us in the industry, we heard of the concept that thoughts turn into feelings, feelings turn into actions, and actions turn into results. Right. And I learned something that most people don't teach, which is that, before your thoughts turn into feelings, there is a mental story that you tell yourself that backs up that thought, that which creates that feeling. Right. And this is the last thing I'm going to say before I pass it off. I want you guys to understand, right, when I was going through, and I'm still going through, immense amounts of grief, right, I had thoughts. But before those thoughts would turn into feelings, I would control the narrative and the story that I was telling myself. Right. We all say that, look, the reason why people are broke is because they keep affirming it and speaking it into existence. Right. The definition of the word future is the moment after a word is spoken or written, which means the moment you speak something, you are literally speaking the future. You are speaking into existence. So when I was going through grief, I would always tell myself, this is making me stronger. This is giving me a better story. I'm going to get through this and get better. Right. And the reason why I say that is because you got to understand that when you're going through challenges, when you're coming across obstacles, right, the story that you tell yourself will eventually be the story that other people tell about you, right? So look at it like this, right? When I told myself, I'm going to get through this, I am strong, I am this, I am that, and it keeps getting me through my grief, right? Most of the time, people look at people going through grief and they say, poor so-and-so, or I feel bad for that person, right? That's the story they say, because usually that's the story that the person is telling to themselves, right? Poor me, this sucks, I hate my life, why did this happen? So because they're telling themselves that story, other people end up telling that story about them. So I want to ask you, what is the story that you're telling yourself? Right? As we are really starting to take this business and take it serious and go to the next level and really build the foundation and take this thing off like crazy, what is the story that you're telling yourself? Is it, man, I've been in the industry for a while and, and it's just, I'm not where I want to be, or, I was doing good and then it slowed down and I don't really know what's going on. What is the story that you're telling yourself? Because I promise you that story is going to be a story that everyone else speaks about you too. And if you start to shift that story and start saying, yo, we are building something great right now. We are putting people in position to win. I am setting my family up for, generations of wealth, right? You just got to start telling yourself these types of stories, because I promise you, as, Ralph and Jay and come to actually give you guys the nuggets and the training and make sure you have your notebooks out, to take notes. But as I come on here, right, we got to remember that it's all about where we're going. Right? It's all about where we're going, not just where we've been. That's why the rear view mirror is 1,000 times smaller than our windshield, because you're supposed to be able to have a clear vision of where you're going, but just look back every once in a while to have, reflection of how far you've came. So I want to shout out all of you guys and just say that I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited to rock with you. And I know that, we are going to take this thing to the next level. And we have amazing leaders that are literally, taking us by the hand and walking us everywhere we want to go. Literally talking to Ralph the other day, we was on the same page as far as understanding, we have no clue how big this is going to get. Right. And for those of you guys in this call, you should understand that the people who are leading this movement, they build organizations of thousands. And you're on a call right now where there's 25 plus people. Right. So understand that you have the ability to be at the ground floor. You have the ability to, when thousands of people come into the organization, you was there in the beginning. You was there when we all started. Imagine the people that Jay is able to tell, yo, I was with Jay from the beginning, back in 2012 or 14 or whatever the case is. Now in 2030, you're going to say, I was with them when it started in 2023. Right? I was with them when we had 20 people on a call, and now we got 20,000. Right? So with that being said, we're about to go totally next level with it. And I'm excited and grateful to be here. So I'm gonna pass the step out of the way of greatness. I'm gonna pass the call on. I believe I'm gonna pass it to Jay. And if there's something great that I could tell you guys about this guy, and you guys probably know, man, you probably known him longer than I have. But at the end of the day, I met this guy, and immediately after I met him, I knew that I was gonna do great things with him. Right. And the reason being is because, energy always attracts its equal. Right. Energy always attracts its equal. And when I met Jay and we talked, it was like, holy crap, we literally understand where we are, where we've been, and where we're going. And I can't wait to literally grab his coattail and follow him every step of the way. So, make sure you guys, you have your pens and your papers, you're ready to take notes. If you guys have the ability, turn your cameras on, because usually if your camera's off, then you're probably doing something you're not supposed to. You're probably not paying attention, right? We're supposed to be hanging out, having fun, learning and growing together. And being on a Zoom call with the camera off is like being at a party with no lights on. Right? You might as well hang out with the team, have fun, make sure you're in position to learn and really take this stuff serious, because, you can only make serious money if you treat the business seriously. So with that being said, Jay, I appreciate you, man. Can you go ahead and take it away? And
Mike,
I got my notepad.
Mike, first and foremost, that was incredible. I'm so glad that you partnered up with us. I'm so glad that you're on the team. I mean, I love seeing leadership rise, and you're that person that's stepping up to the plate no matter what. And that's what it looks like for anybody that wants to go super affiliate, master affiliate, or anything like that. Before you become a super affiliate, before you become a master, a 500K, whatever, you need to be that person now. Right. And I always tell people, it's not about me. Oh man, when I get to the money, then not. No, you have to act. You got to have the attitude before the paycheck. Right. And that's something that you do have. And I love that. And it's exciting. It's refreshing to have new energy around. So I'm not going to be long, guys, real quick. I just want to say thank you for everybody that hopped on this call. There's a lot of distractions. We're in the summertime right now. People are doing a bunch of things outside, and you guys decided to participate into your own rescue, period, hands down. I was that person throughout the years that I've never missed a call. I promise you, I can honestly say that I never missed a call. If I did miss a call, it's probably one, and I was really, 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 really sick, right? And that's if I missed a call. I never missed a training. Hands down, I've never missed a training in my career. I any live events we had in my backyard where I live at, no matter how far it was, if it was an hour drive or whatever, I never missed those events, right? It didn't matter, right? And I know Ralph could say the same exact thing. And I'm saying that because there's, like Mike said, there's 25 plus, there's 26 people on this call right now. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning of something special, right? Period. Hands down. Timing is everything, guys. And I will mention real quick, we're going to talk about this throughout the whole call. I want you guys to have in the back of your mind the Ascend training in Miami. That's what I want you to have in the back of your mind. We have to pack this event out, and this is Ralph is going to touch on this. Not only pack the event out, but we need to have a bunch of 1Ks and above walk that stage. And I believe in the time frame that we got right now, the next 90 days, that we could crack at least 31Ks. I mean, that's 1,000 in volume. You understand that? That's 1,000 in volume. That is not that hard to do at all. Man, my computer's about to die. So before my computer dies, I want to introduce Ralph Vargas. Now, the reason why I wanted to introduce Ralph is because, he's someone that I've been working with for the last, 5 years now, maybe 6 years or so. I've seen him grow every year. Every level there's a new devil, and every year he steps up to that plate. And also, he comes to perform. He comes to work. He comes and it's all action. It's never complaining when it comes down with Ralph. I've never seen him complain not one time, and he's been through the fire back and forth. He's been the most consistent that I've seen in a very long time, and I'm excited to be locked arms with him on this project here with MDC, because MDC is going to be the rocket ship of network marketing. So with that being said, I want to give it up and welcome my brother Rafael Vargas. Let's get it. I don't even know why I say Vargas like that. Vargas. Let's get it, guys.
Got Brooklyn.
I don't even think Brooklyn say it like that.
appreciate the intro, and shout out to Mike as well, man. Great job on like Jay said, I feel the same way, right? Getting that new person, right? Another voice, hearing somebody else excited about the same thing that we're excited about. You get what I'm saying? Excited about where we're going, right? And what I'm gonna talk to you guys about today is how to build the team, right? What are the things you want to have in place when you're building a team, right? But before I go there, I want to obviously share my story, how I got to where I've gotten to, right? I've been in network marketing now for almost 10 years. Been able to make six figures in the industry, been able to put other people in position to create extra incomes, been able to travel the world. And before I got started, right, I owned my own business. I was working as a director for a Boys and Girls Club. And obviously, I never did anything like this before, right? If you're like me, right, when you see this and you see whoever was doing the presentation, you was in your head like, I'm not talking in front of the room. It's over for that, right? But I got excited about the opportunity, right? So when I saw network marketing, I was in a situation where I had sold my business and I had just got laid off from my job. All right. So at that point, everything starts going backwards, right? I had to move back into my mom's place. I'm on unemployment, no extra money. I was probably seeing $230. And in New York, you eating breakfast with that, right? $230 a week. I wasn't really able to do much. All right. And at that time, right, my focus when I was running the business and I was working was I'm working, I'm getting money, I'm able to have some fun on the weekends, and my bills are paid. I wasn't able to think further than the weekend. I wasn't able to think maybe further than the next 30 days, right? Because I didn't have the mentorship that Mike mentioned, right? Because I didn't have the leadership, because I didn't have, the right people around me. I had good people around me, but not the people that was going to take me to that next level in my life, right? And it's crazy in network marketing. Like when I first got around, leadership, when I first got around people that was excited about something, right? When I got around people that was excited, this is where I'm supposed to be, right? This is where I'm supposed to be. These people are having the conversations that I need to be in, right? Mike mentioned getting sucked back into hanging out with, familiarity, right? With the familiar people, the people that you're around all the time, right? What I started to create here was I needed to be around these people all of the time. I needed to be locked in to a point where I became obsessed with getting to the top level of our first project, right? I became obsessed. It was every single day. If I had to go work, I'm going to work. While I'm at work, I'm reaching out to people. All I'm thinking about, my boss is, yo, what are you doing, Ralph? Oh, my bad. I'm on a phone call. I'm talking to people. And I didn't, at that point, right, when I first got started, I went a little further, right? When I first got started, I wasn't working with Jay, right? I wasn't working with Jay. I was working. I really didn't have the mentorship that I needed when I first got started, right? But I understood work, right? I understood that if I wanted to win at whatever I just signed up to, I was going to have to do what the guy that just signed me up is telling me to do. No matter how uncomfortable it was, no matter what I thought I couldn't do, right? I heard this in the podcast I was listening to the other day. Don't say things about yourself that you don't want to be true. Don't say things about yourself that you don't want to be true. And a lot of the times we go into situations where it's supposed to be an opportunity, but we're going into it pessimistically, so the opportunity doesn't hit how it should hit. All right? So what I'm going to give you guys, right, 5 things that I was doing before I got with Jay. I just didn't have the structure. I didn't have the organization. I was literally ignorance on fire. Right? I just was excited about changing my life. going from what I was making to having to move back into my mom's house, I had to figure it out quick. I had to figure it out fast. Right. And thank God, man, everything happens for a reason. This fell in my lap at the right time. Right. This fell in my lap at the right time in my life. And the last 9 years have been the best years of my life. Right. I obviously partnered up with great people, been able to make money that I never made before, been able to travel, met my fiance, created a family. Right. Met you guys that a lot of people that's on here. I don't know you. What's up? I'm Ralph. I see you in Miami. Right. For the people that's been around me for long, y'all know how we move. We create family ships. Right. We create real relationships, real long, lifelong friendships, and we have fun while making money at the same time. All right. So the 5 things. All right. I had to put some notes down. All right, because I'll be right. So the first thing, right? Obviously, I'm not going to go into detail about this first thing because we're going to start doing these calls weekly, and we're going to set up calls where we're going to be able to go in depth about certain things. All right. But obviously, the first thing you want to do is invite, show the presentation. Right? Invite, show the presentation. Nobody is coming into your store if you don't open the doors. Right? Nobody's coming into the store if you don't open the doors. You could sign up, you could be excited in your house. If nobody knows that you just launched something, that you're excited about something, nobody's coming to you. All right. But then think about it reverse. How many people out there is looking for something? You got to reach out to people, right? This is the thing that a lot of people get uncomfortable with, and this is where they stop, because they'll invite a couple of people that say no, right? Or that end up flaking, or that make it weird when you're on the phone, or make it weird while you're texting them, and it's like, hold up, I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling of awkwardness. I don't like this feeling of, I don't want this person to look at me any type of certain way. Listen, we're on a mission to change our lives. What do you mean? I'm not worried about how whoever is looking at me, right? The first thing you have to do is get people to see the presentation, right? Inviting, again, we're going to have a different call where we're going to go into detail about inviting, right? I just want to give you the 5 things. So inviting, right? No's are part of the business. No's are part of the business. The more no's you get, right, the closer you're getting to the yes. And something I learned a long time ago when I first got started, a no could turn into don't get too excited about a yes, because it could turn into I quit tomorrow. And don't get too down on a no, because they could call you tomorrow. Yo, listen, I looked at some stuff, I want in. Right. And anybody that's planting those seeds, I'm pretty sure y'all have gotten those calls before. Right. And if you haven't, it's because you're not planting enough seeds. So you want to invite, you want to get people in front of the information. Right. The second thing, getting them started right. Creating the right mindset coming in when I'm signing somebody up. When I sign somebody up, right, look at the new person that just got started as I don't want to say an infant, but an infant in network marketing. Right? An infant in network marketing. They don't know nothing. The only thing they know is whatever you tell them, whatever you show them. Right? So obviously, when they get started, go executive. You want to be at the top tier, getting your commissions and different things like that. All right, getting them started. Find out what they want from here, right? Because if you find out what they want from here, you know what to use when they start slacking. You know what to remind them of. How Mike needed to be reminded. You know what to remind them of when they start slacking. When they start, excuses. Right? What do you want from here? From jump, I'm creating urgency with people. All right. The creating urgency, right? Obviously making a list. The third thing is setting up a launch party, setting up presentations, right? When I sign somebody up, right? This is what people usually, because I fell in this trap as well. Once I sign them up, that's the job. The real work starts after you sign them up, right? The real work starts after. A lot of people sign people up. Whoop, I got to sign up. I'm going to the beach, right? That's it's not going to grow. It's not going to grow. It's not going to grow. All right. You have to create urgency from jump. So when I sign somebody up, I'm getting them started. Who can we show right now? Who can we show right now? Who can we show within the next 24 hours? Again, if I sign somebody up with that type of urgency, when they go sit down with somebody, what's the urgency they're moving with? Who can we go show right now? The first goal here is 1K. This needs to be the culture, right? And I'm going to touch on that in a sec. This needs to be the culture. 1K factory. We said it when we first got started at MDC, but this needs to be imprinted in your head. You need to move with the confidence that you can get somebody there. But it's that confidence comes when you go do it. You go do it. I got here. I can go help somebody get here as well. Setting up the launch parties. When I'm setting up a launch party, whether it's in person, whether it's on Zoom, right? Prince had did a launch party on Zoom. It was the first time I seen it like live, and it was him, the person that just signed up invited their contacts, and they had a Zoom launch party, right? So be resourceful. If you're not the person that's gonna go out and get in somebody's living room, right? Or go meet with somebody, get right on Zoom. Like after you get out of work, it's time to lock in. It's time to tap in. Right? Because if you don't do that, then work is going to become, when do you stop working? You got to work on the way out. You got to work on your way out of your job. If you don't, that's the way out. And it's not the way, it's the way stuck. Right? So setting up these launch parties. I sign somebody up. Who can we go show right now within the next 24 to 48 hours? And I want to set up a launch party with them within the next 7 days. All right? For me, when I got started, my launch party was the next day. All right, my launch party was the next day. So give them that 7-day window, but again, with urgency. Like today's Tuesday. All right, what's your schedule look like tomorrow? What's your schedule look like on Wednesday? Not it's Monday. What's your schedule look like this weekend? If you're working and you can't help them with the launch, then speak to your upline and they're going to help them with the launch. We all work together. We all do this thing as a team. Use each other, lean on each other. That's why the mentorship is here. That's why the leadership is here. All right. So setting up these launch parties. As soon as you get one person. So if I sign up Mike, all right, if I sign up Mike just got started. I'm asking him the questions that I said, what do you want from this? Creating that urgency, letting him know about training. And Mike goes signs up Jay. When we go sign up Jay, I'm going to do the same thing I just did with Mike to Jay, but in front of Mike. And what's going to happen is I got Mike set up for a presentation. This is Monday. I got Mike set up for a presentation on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we do the presentation. We sign up Jay. Jay got a presentation within the next couple of days. That's how I start filling up my calendar. This is how you build a team. This is how you start getting in other people's networks. The reason we burn out through our lists, right? And I don't feel anybody's ever burnt out of their list in network marketing history, right? If we burn out of our list, is because we're inviting. Because we're inviting the wrong way. Right? So we're hitting up all of these people, but it's with the wrong energy. I lost myself. Right? So the setting up, when I sign up Jay sets up his presentation, let's say for Thursday. I'm doing the same thing with Jay. And this is how I go from living room to living room to living room to living room to living room. And you create leadership. And I'm going to touch on that on the next one. Right? Number 4 is build leadership. All right? Build leadership. You want to help people rise. Don't be that person, right? That because you get good at this, you want to be the person in the front of the room all the time. All right? That was something I fell into. Not because of ego, but because in my head, I said, when I do it, people are signing up. When somebody else does it, they're not signing up. Right? No ego, no, I'm better than this. I was just like, Okay, boo, we're gonna throw this person up. They oh, nobody signed up. The next day, boo. And this is all in my mind. All right. And I'm like, okay. But I had a team of nobody doing nothing without me. I had a team of people that was doing nothing unless I was the one that put out a presentation, unless I set up a live presentation or whatever the case is. Right? Start getting people in front of the room. Once you see somebody that's serious, once you see somebody that's excited, once you see somebody that if you tell them to do something, they calling you back like, y'all finished. What's next? You get what I'm saying? What I did that. What's next? Right? Get those people. When I'm doing a presentation, they're gonna open up the presentation for their launch party. They open it how Mike just did. Obviously, they probably won't have, what Mike was dropping yet, but they'll be able to open up, get uncomfortable, start speaking, start getting in front of a room, right? Start getting in front of some people, obviously in front of a computer, all right? And they start getting uncomfortable and they start, okay, now when you do something, right? And this is especially for like arguments. You get into an argument, after you're done with the argument, you're like, damn, I should have said this. I should have said that. I should have said this. I just thought about this. They go up there and do it. And let's say they feel I did horrible or they didn't do good or whatever the case is. What's the feeling? I'm a body that next time. Right? Okay, I said this. I said, I didn't say this. Boop, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. And this is in front of their people. Right? This is in front of their people. So I'm not throwing them up in anywhere. I'm putting them in front of their people. That's who they feel comfortable with. That's going to be the easiest to break that barrier of uncomfortableness to start getting in front of a room and talking to people. Right? Because this business, it operates with people. And if you're not comfortable with talking to people, then your organization is never going to grow. So if that's something that you're comfortable, just like I was when I first got started, it's something that you need to work on. It's something that you need to find, go on YouTube, look up the audios, look up different ways of getting better at public speaking, right? Different things so that you can get past that fear. Because I promise you, once you get good with people, the money is going to come because the more value you bring to the marketplace pays you for the value that you bring it. So obviously you need to continue, you need to keep getting better. You need to work on yourself. And when you're signing up people and building teams, you want to build those people up as well, right? The last thing, building a culture, building the right culture, right? And for those of you that's been around me for a while, right? I like to have fun, right? And I always, I was looked at as like, Ralph always wants to have fun. That's the fun team or whatever the case is. But it was the fun team that was getting results, right? And what I didn't realize, right, I was looking at it through the lens of fun because I came in as a blue. For those of you that don't know the colors, right? Mark a set of color tests on Google. Mark a set of color tests. Go take that personality test, right? It's 5 different personalities. I'm not going to go into that. But blue basically means I like to have fun. We out to the party? Yes. I'm not the person that's asking questions. I'm not the right. So where was I when I just said that?
Building the right culture, bro.
Building the right culture. Appreciate you. Right. So building the right culture. So I was looking at it through the lens of a blue. Right. But the first 4 things that I already said, I was doing without this structure, without the organization, right? Why? Because I'm a former business owner. This is what they said we had to do. Okay, copy. I'm following the steps. I'm not going to go try to create the wheel. I'm not going to be Mr. Know-It-All because Mr. Know-It-Alls never have it all, right? So I had to follow what my leadership, the person that I got started with, or whoever I was following, what they said. This is who I need to follow these steps. I need to follow these steps. So I was creating the winning culture, right? But at the time, when I first got started, I was looking at it through a lens of the blue, right? And I just literally realized this maybe like a couple of weeks ago. I had a conversation with Jay about this yesterday. Creating the winning culture is making money and having fun, right? Making money while having fun. Once you start building, once you start getting in front of people and you sign up that first person that's ready to go and you start getting in front of their people and then from there you go to the next person, that's where the fun comes in. That's where the fun comes in. And Jay used to tell me this, yo, Ralph, we having fun through building. And I'm like, yeah, we having fun through building, but we also need to have fun. And I put it together right where it made sense to me. And I was like, bro, I've been thinking about this all wrong when it came down to the culture. To build a winning culture, people need to win. People need to win. Right? And when people are winning organically, you're going to have fun. You're going to have fun. When more money is coming into your account, when you're taking more vacations, when you're getting healthier, whatever it is that you're taking to the next level of your life, you're going to be having fun doing it. Yes, it might be painful. Yes, you might go through ups and downs. Yes, it's going to be obstacles. But it's all of those things are going to happen anyway, right? It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to what happens to you. All of those things are going to happen, whether you're making a little bit of money or whether you're making a lot of money. I'd rather have those problems making a lot of money. All right. So believe that you could do this. All right. Believe that you can do this. To build this business, you need to have belief in yourself, and you also need to have belief in the vision. All right. You need to have belief in where you're going. Jay always said this to me, Ralph, start with the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. If you just got started, if you've been around for a while, start with the end in mind. What do you want from this, right? Put it down somewhere in your room so that you can see it every damn day. What do you want from this? What do you want? 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 And answer that question. After you answer that question, you already know what you need to do to go obtain that type of lifestyle. So I want you guys to right now, right? Basically done. I want you guys to imagine, right? Think positively. All right? Imagine if this did work. All right? Because like I said earlier, a lot of people go into opportunities pessimistically, so they mess up the opportunity. What if this does work? What if I'm able to get the house, right? Think of the house that you want to live in. What if I'm able to get my dream car? Think about the car that you want to drive, the boat, the motorcycle, the airplane, right? Think about signing into your bank account and there's more money in there than you ever seen before on a residual basis. Think about the people, like think a couple years back. Don't think a couple years back. All right, I was going to give you guys a reference, but I don't want to take you guys there because we're in imagination right now. You're around the right people. You're aligned with the right people, the people that's pulling you up, not pushing you down. The people that's breathing life into you, not death. Right? All of that is possible through MDC. All of that is possible through this industry. All of this is possible through the industry. The flip happens when you least expect it. The flip happens when you least expect it, but you need to be in movement. You need to be in position so that when the flip happens, you're ready to take it to the moon. When we was building, me and Jay was obviously it wasn't just me and Jay. It was a lot of people. I'm pretty sure some people's on this call right now. We was building in the Bronx every single day. The presentations are in place. The presentations are in place, but don't just wait for 9 p.m. to invite your people. The way you build teams is you show one-on-one, you show two-on-ones, right? You two-on-ones means if Mike signed me up, I'm showing my friend with Mike, right? One-on-ones, two-on-ones, one-on-ones, two-on-ones. Then you invite those people to the team presentation. This is where you get them close to the fire. This is where you get them in front of a Payso. This is where you get them in front of the leadership. The only way it happens is you got to believe that you could do it and go do it. You got to believe that you could do it and go do it. belief will change your life. Belief will definitely change your life. Whether you believe in the negative or whether you believe in the positive. Whether you focus to pay attention to what's going wrong or whether you focus on what's going right. Tonight, I want everybody on this call to make a new list, right? Make a new list on paper, right? And create inventory. Create inventory, whether you've been around for a while, whether you just got started, create a new list tonight and create inventory. If I got, for me, when I started, up to 200, damn near my whole phone book was on the list, right? But let's say you got 30, you put 30 on a piece of paper. What that's going to do for you psychologically is when the first 5 people tell you no, it doesn't matter because you still got 25 other people. And you never stop adding to the list. That's why I said earlier, never in the history of network marketing, anybody's burning through their list. Because we meet people every day, unless you're on the run or something. Right? So, guys, everything is in place. Everything is in place. Right? We're going to start doing these skill set calls weekly. Right? Next week, we're obviously going to talk so we can put it together, but we're going to inviting, 3-way calling, closing, promoting, how to share your story, right? All of these different things to give you guys the skills to go and build your business, right? With some mindset sprinkled in, baby. Right? So thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be partnered up with everybody that's on this call. And we just getting warmed up. Everything is in place. Let's win. Let's go get it. Let's tap in. Let's lock in. Put the blinders on because it's game time.
Let's get it. So incredible trading, Ralph. So first of all, I do want to point some things out really quick. So first and foremost, I want to know in the chat right now, how many people feel like they've heard this information before? Put in the chat right now. Like, let me see in the chat if you've heard this kind of information before, right? Okay. Boom. Boom. Me. And I say that because there are some people that I speak to and they go, oh, I know what that is. Oh, I heard that before. Or I've been to the trainings. Or listen, repetition is the mother of all skill. I'm going to say that one more time. Repetition is the mother of all skills. Do you think the top earners in the industry stop going to trainings because they're making all of the money? Repetition is the mother of all skills. What happens is when they continue to learn and grow and go to these trainings, the people start to follow them as well. The same thing as goes on these calls, right? So if I don't go to trainings, there will be people that won't go to trainings, period. It's just hands down. It'll start to trickle down. If my team sees that I'm not consistent with trainings, I'm not consistent with calls, but guess what my team is going to be? Not consistent with trainings, not consistent with calls. When I was boxing, repetition was the mother of all skill. I had to throw the same punch 1,000 times to get it right. Imagine if I was, even a basketball player, gotta shoot the same way 1,000,000 times to get that form right. So they could, so wherever they pull up from wherever they pull up from, they're gonna bank the shot all the time. That's 1,000. But are you willing to take 1,000 shots? Are you willing to listen to Think and Grow Rich 1,000 times? Are you, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it like. You look at the Bob Proctors in the world, right? You look at the Bob Proctors in the world. Let's just talk about Bob Proctor, right? What is Bob Proctor famous for? He's famous for studying Think and Grow Rich. He's famous for reading Think and Grow Rich for 30 years. You understand it? Like, he knows inside out of how wealth is created because he studied one book, while you have people that try to get into 1,000 books. He put all of his energy in one book, right? And I say that because I'm listening to Ralph speak and I'm like, man, this is all incredible stuff. I wonder how many people he has actually taken this stuff in. I wonder how many people is like letting this soak in, because I've been in this game 11 years, and every time I hear Jefferson or whoever, Marcus Sutter, that I've heard speak 1,000 times, I take different things in. It's like audios, right? It's like when you listen to a great audio and then you listen to it 6 months later or a year later, you catch something different because you're in somewhere different in your life, right? You grew to this person that you are. So when you do listen to these books or audios, or you read a book, you take the information in differently, right? So it's always important for us to be sharp with the you know, what's the word I'm looking for? With the basics, right? That's number one. He also said, begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. If you don't know what that really means, if you're trading, right? If you're a trader, the end mind of a trader is, I mean, I'm talking about making some big bucks when they trading, right? I'm talking about $50,000 trades, $100,000 trades, right? $200,000 trades. That's beginning with the end in mind, right? Beginning with the end in mind and building a business is, I can see myself, I can hear the music that I'm walking out to on stage when I'm at 500K. I know the outfit that I'm gonna wear when I'm a super affiliate, when I walk that stage. I can feel the energy. Like, that's beginning with the end in mind. That's exactly what happened to me when I got in this industry. I began with the end in mind, and I couldn't let go. I was addicted to that feeling. I said, I need to feel that in real life. And when I got there, I said, oh my God, this is incredible, right? So beginning with the end in mind, I seen Anki wrote vision board. It is so important for everybody to get a vision board. It is so important for everybody to get a vision board, because the vision board that I created, right? I'm actually working on another vision board right now. The vision board that I created, I got everything off the vision board. But guess what? It's been a while since I created another vision board, and it's been bothering me for a while now. And I've been literally just downloading pictures, waiting, downloading pictures, looking for stuff to print and make a new vision board. But everything that I put on my vision, if you don't think a vision board, because it's not about the fake energy, right? It's not about the fake energy that you put on a vision board or anything. It's about seeing that thing that you're aiming for every single day. It reminds you every single day is an energy that you put that's coming towards you. It's like when you write a goal, half of the work is already done. The universe is already starting to pull things together because you're focusing on that. You go on social media and all you see is negativity. So you need to wake up and see something positive. If you're a trader, I'm gonna go back to trading because trading has to do with money. If you're a trader, I'm pretty sure traders have money, like money all over the place. They got like signs like this, like everywhere probably, right? They like, $5,000 a week, $1,000 a week, $2,000 a day, or $1,000 a day, like whatever it is. They focused on this number. That begin with the end in mind. And that's kind of like, you may look at some people and they go, and you go, man, these people are crazy. But you got to be crazy to be successful, right? It's always the crazy ones that actually win. If you're not crazy, then you may not win. I will promise you. Matter of fact, I never met somebody that wasn't crazy and they actually won. Everybody I met has some type of fire in them that's at a high level. Everybody that I spoke to, that I see that's making millions of dollars, got some type of fire in them. And then when you actually hang out with them, you go, oh, you a crazy mother. You're like, yeah. Oh, that's why you're winning. Because you know how to channel that crazy. And I'm saying crazy in the best way possible, because I'm a little crazy. Right? So you know how to channel. It's about channeling that energy. Right. So how do we win here? Like, I was just jotting a little notes down as Ralph spoke. How do we win here is, man, promote. Get people on the call. Like, we getting people on the call. We're not going to somebody's house for a presentation right now. We're not inviting anybody to a live event, which I would rather do that all day long. We supposed to be packing out these calls with like nothing. Why? Because there's nobody on the team that's another 10K like Ralph is right now. So everybody should be on this call listening to Ralph. Everybody should be on this call trying to get some type of energy. Everybody should. Yo, listen, you need to get on this call right now because the people that's speaking, man, they on fire right now. You got on this call. You got in the business for what? To make money, right? You got to get on this call tonight. That's how you invite for these calls. You don't text them and go, hey, man, get on the call right now. That shit doesn't matter. If you text somebody and you say, get on the call right now, that shit don't matter. You got to pick them up. You got to pick up the phone. Hey, Mike, listen, I know you've been busy, but we got an important call tonight. It's going to be fire. I think you're going to get a lot from it. You need to hop on this call, bro, because I haven't seen you on some of these calls. All right, cool. Just because not because I told him to get on the call, but just because I took the extra mile, just because I took the extra mile to do that, he's going to get on that call. What if everybody did that, right? I did that with some people today on the call. Let me see if they actually still on. He's not on anymore. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to call his ass again because he was on, right? So Think and Grow Rich, vision board. The list, you said flip. Talk to more people, right? We want to win. Talk to more people. That's it. Talk to more people, connect with more people. If you're going to post on social media, post with purpose, right? Like, post, like, think of what's going, think of what's going to affect the people, what's going to draw people to you. Like, I think there's so many people that's doing like videos of being generic, like just try to think out the box a little bit so more people could like, yo, what is he doing? Or what is he talking about? Or there's a guy that I can't think of his name right now. He's a good friend of mine too. And I just can't think of his name right now. He's pretty big on social media. He's pretty big on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram. He's a trainer. He's a network marketing trainer, whatever the case may be, but it doesn't matter. I was noticing that all of his reels, like he put out a lot of network marketing information, and he was finding ways to get people to listen to him. And one of the, like, he would be funny. He would wear like girls' wigs, and he would do skits, but it would be value, and it'll be mad funny to me. Like, it'll be mad funny, but it was a lot of value in that. But the only reason why I paid attention is because he was being funny, because it's like, whatever. But he was thinking out the box, so if you're going to be on social media, try to think out the box a little bit, right? No, not JD. Hell no. Right. So, but belief is everything. Right. And, I'm not going to get into that, but the last thing I would like to bring up is, we never run out of people. We never run out of people to show. Right. And I love that Ralph had pointed that out. And I want to give you guys a different perspective that I learned a little while ago, right? Every time we sign somebody up, you're signing them up for their contact, right? You're not signing them up for them. You're not like, you're looking past them. Every time I put somebody in the system, I'm looking past them. I see them one way, that they could be a strong leader, and they can, they can do some incredible things on their own, or whatever the case may be. In the middle for me is like, I got to get through them. I got to show their list as fast as possible. And then the other eyes, like, they could quit tomorrow. Right. So whenever me personally, I've been in this game for like 11 years. Jefferson's been in like 20 years. Like, these guys has been in this, and it's like, everybody knows what we do already, right? Everybody knows, if you've been in the industry for that long, they most likely the people that know you, they pretty much know what you do. So when I sign somebody up, I'm signing them up for their phone. I'm signing them up for their contacts, because I need to connect with their people. Their phone has 200 more people that don't know me, and they could and that person could build a bridge between us two. That's it, right? So when I sign somebody up, really quick, I'm asking them, who can we show right now? Who can we show tomorrow? Who can we show right now? Who can we show tomorrow? Not who can we sell a product to? Who can we show this opportunity to right now? Because you're looking for builders. How many people here looking for builders? Right? Write the number one. Type the number one in the chat real quick. If you're looking for builders, right? Because this is how you get to the top of the compensation plan. Like if you look, so I'm always like, okay, who did you like it? Welcome to the team. Let's get it. Even if somebody gets in as an affiliate, who can we get in front of this information right now? That's it. And then you could kind of like tap root into each person. You could go 100 levels deep. 100 levels deep is basically, you know, I signed up Joey. Joey introduced me to Mike. Mike signs up. He introduces me to Ralph. You know, Ralph signs up. He introduces me to Wolf. Wolf signs up. He introduces me to Prince. I'm already 5 levels deep right there. That's it. I'm 5 levels deep. That's the 5th level of check match bonus. Right? So you understand what I'm saying? And then boom. Prince introduced me to Lance. Lance introduced me to Jason. Jason introduced me to Jay. Jay introduced me to Ancaudi. Ancaudi introduced me to D. You understand what it's go? Like, I didn't know anybody. The only person that I knew here was Joey. But now we're 10 levels deep because I worked through Joey. And this is how leadership is. This is what leadership does. Like when I work, you know, with the person that put me in, this is exactly what was going on. Period. Hands down. Right. And you gotta tap root. You gotta make those connections. You gotta build those relationships with their friends, with their family members, because the person that you put in, let's say Joey, if Joey, you know, I end up putting in Joey, but Joey quits. That's okay, because my man D, that's number 10 in the bottom, just put in 1,000 people. Who gives a shit if Joey quit? I got to D. That was my goal. I got to Mike's. I got to the Ralphs. Right? Oh, I put in the same thing. And Joey, I'm not saying who gives a shit if you quit. I'm just saying, you know, this is hypothetically speaking, Joey. You know, you my man.
Don't worry, I know. I hear you, brother.
And I know you're not a quitter. So I'm just, you know, giving, because that's happened. You know, I've built lines of thousands of people. Matter of fact, here's a story. I'm not going to even tell the whole story. The call is done, but I'm not going to tell the whole story. I put this one kid in that could not go to training. He was he's a very good friend of mine, boxer. He was a Hebrew. So he had, you know, he couldn't do things like, I think it's sundown, sun up, I think from Friday to Sunday, something like that. I don't really know all the rules. But he kept saying, I can't go to trainings. I can't go to trainings. I said, why can't you go? He said, my religion. I'm like, yo, bro, God wants you to win in life. I used to tell him everything. He was like, man, I know, man. I said, this is all positive stuff. Why can't you just go to the training on Saturday? He said, we can't do nothing on Saturdays. And in my head, I'm like, I'm going to lose this kid. He's putting me in front of everybody, right? I said, I'm going to lose this kid. He's not going to survive here. He's not going to survive in this entrepreneur world because he cannot plug in. And I told him this because I said, yo, boxing is the same thing. If you didn't train for this fight, he was a 5-time Golden Glove champ. There's only 2 to 3 people in the world that did that. He's one of them. And I said, yo, this is just like boxing. If you don't go to training, you're not going to win. Bro, you need this in your life. No, I can't. So I'm scratching, I'm searching, I'm scratching, I'm searching. I'm looking for that next person we putting in. I'm working with him. And then he finally put me in front of a cop that I was able to get to a training. That from that cop on, we triggered over 10,000 sales. Guess what happened to my boy? He quit because he couldn't come to training. He didn't come to training. So we had one line. You understand? Like in compensation plans, there's two lines, right? There's a left team and a right team, right? I'm building both my sides. I'm building my teams, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm going crazy. I put them on the side. I put him on the left side, and I'm building this side, and I'm working with him, and I'm building with him. He gets one line going. He gets one line going. We got over 10,000 people on this line. I signed them up 3 times. I say, yo, listen, you remember those people you put in? We put in 10,000 people. Let's do that again. Let me sign you up again. Don't go to training again and put me in front of the right people again. This is not that hard. Number 1 rule is to have fun. And while you're meeting people, that's how you're having fun. Ralph hit everything on the nose. And I just wanted to paint that vision for you guys because it's time. We're on a 90-day run right now. This is the reason why we're being consistent with this presentation every single day. So plug into the presentations, plug into your upline, get in contact with any of us if you want to, you know, ask any questions. Like my line is always open. You know, you can connect with me and Ralph and Mike and whoever is on your team. You can connect with anybody on Telegram, WhatsApp, my phone number, you know, Instagram, Facebook. We're not that hard to connect with, you know. So, you know, let's get it, man. I'm excited for the future. You know, tomorrow we're having another presentation. And with that being said, man, have a great night. Ralph, thank you for that call. You did amazing. Shem, thank you for hosting. You're an incredible human being. I love working with you. And you know, let's make some magic happen. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.